थोड़ा उनको बोलना होगा
कोमल तुला व्हॉट्सअप चालू असते व्हॉट्सअप सेंड कर नहीं होता है सर मैं मैसेंजर होगा हुआ सर कहाँ से किया
बाद में
Hello everyone, this is Tejashri Vaidya from Education Street, and today we are here to share some important information about study in Australia. Those who are looking to apply for Australia for master's degree or bachelor's degree, we are here to provide some important information for how to make your profile stronger or how to make your visa application proper. So this session is about study in Australia. Australia is the popular destination for study abroad aspirants who are looking for studying abroad. Why? Because of three major reasons. First one is quality education, and most of the universities comes under first 150 in QS ranking. So Australia education is worldwide accepted, and it is a popular because of popular universities. Second important reason is it provides you industry focused programs, so students can get the placements, or if we can say practical work experience, hands on work experience. And third major reason is Australian universities or Australia gives you 3 years post study work visa period, and PR is also possible. So because of these three reasons, Australia is the popular destination for the aspirants who are looking for studying abroad. But to get the admission in your dream university or your favorite university is comparatively challenging than other countries. Why? Because they have different criterias for evaluation. Their admission evaluation criterias are in three different categories. First one is academic requirement, second one is English language proficiency requirement, and third important requirement is genuine student requirement, on which I am going to give you the guidance today. So let's see one by one. First one is academic requirement. Most of the universities in Australia requires you to complete the bachelor's degree with 55 percentage in a related field. Like for example, if you are planning to apply for a digital marketing program, then you should have prior education in that particular field only. For example, if you are having a civil engineering degree and then you want to apply for a marketing program, then it is not possible. You should have a relevant bachelor's degree with minimum 55%, and some of the group of 8 universities may ask you to give the bachelor's degree with 60 to 65 percentage as well. The criteria differs from university to university, but the average requirement is 55 to 65 percentage in your bachelor's degree in the related field. Now coming to the second requirement. Second requirement is English language proficiency. You should submit your IELTS exam scorecard to the university with overall score of 6.5 band, with no band less than 6. However, PT is also acceptable with overall score of 58, no band less than 50. But it is recommended to give the IELTS examination so that it is acceptable for your visa application as well. Now coming to third and most important, that is GS requirement, genuine student requirement. Now what is GS? Earlier it was known as GTE, genuine temporary entrant. Now it is known as GS, genuine student requirement. It means the student should have genuine intention to study in Australia. Now, this GS assessment is conducted by the university or college as well as DHA, that is visa officer. Why this is conducted? Because the main reason or intention to conduct this GS assessment is to eliminate or filter the non-genuine students from the genuine ones. Okay, so they have some criterias, or we can say some categories to judge this GSR. What are the criterias? Let's see one by one. First one is very important, that is, you should not have any gap in your academics. You should not have any gap in your career or academics. If you have a gap, then you must justify that gap with the documented proof. Then second criteria is you must declare or disclose the proper immigration history, previous immigration history if you have any. If you have any visa rejection, you should disclose that properly. If you have any blood relatives, immediate blood relatives living in Australia, then you should specify that as well. Then your applied program must be in connection with your bachelor's degree, as I explained earlier in academic requirements. The program that you are applying for master should be in a relevant area that you have studied earlier, and it should show some kind of academic progression or career wise progression. Then in your GS statement you must specify why you want to study this program, how it is beneficial for you in future, how it will add value to your career, what are the job opportunities available in India after doing this particular program, why particularly this university you have selected, why study in Australia. All these things you need to justify in this GS segment. So I'm repeating the criteria again. You should not have any gap in between. If you have a gap, you must justify that with the documented proof. If you have any blood relative, immediate relative in Australia, you must tell that properly. Then if you have any immigration history before, you should disclose that properly. And your program should give the clear idea why you want to apply to this university, why you want to apply this program, and how this is beneficial for you. But apart from these requirements, the major requirement is financial capacity. This is the very important factor, that is funds that are to be shown to the Australian universities or embassy. So, financial capacity can be categorized into two segments. First one is ITR, and second one is funds that are to be shown to the university, actual funds that are to be shown to the university. Let's see what is ITR. ITR is the compulsory requirement for Australian universities. Applicant must submit their sponsors last 3 years ITR. their sponsor should be continuously filing the ITR, and the minimum requirement is 12 to 15 lakh rupees. They should have annual income, combined income of sponsor should be approximately 12 to 15 lakh rupees minimum. If the applicant sponsorer is having ITR of 50 lakhs, that is combined ITR of 50 lakhs, which comes to around 80,860 Australian dollars. If they have combined income of 87,860 Australian dollar, then university may not ask for any other financial document. So your ITR is the mandatory requirement if you want to apply to the Australian universities. I am repeating again, the annual income of the sponsor should be minimum 12 to 15 lakhs if you want to apply to Australian universities. Now coming to financial capacities, second part, that is funds to be shown to the university. Now you have to show 1 year tuition fee plus 1 year living expenses and traveling cost and overseas health cover cost for 1 year. So, for example, if your tuition fee is approximately around 40,000 Australian dollars and living expenses as per visa rule are 29,710 Australian dollars. So, total tuition plus living comes to 69,710 Australian dollars plus 2,000 traveling expenses plus 1,500 2 years OSHC amount, which comes to around 73,210 Australian dollars. So you have to show this amount with available funds. Okay, so 73,210 approximate figure I am telling you. 1 year tuition plus 1 year living plus 2 year OSHC plus your traveling expenses. 73,000 Australian dollars approximately comes around 40 to 41 lakh rupees. Now, how to show these funds to the university? What are the different ways to show these funds? You can show these funds by way of fixed deposits, by way of saving accounts, by way of provident funds, or by way of education loan. Let's see these aspects one by one. If you are taking education loan, if you are taking any education loan, then it should be from the acceptable financial institutions, DHA approved financial institutions. It means your loan should be from nationalized banks, public sector banks, or private sector banks like HDFC, Axis, or ICICI, or etc. Then these NBFCs and cooperative banks are not allowed. Fund education loan from cooperative bank or education loan from NBFCs are not acceptable by the Australian university and embassy. The loan letter should be proper sanction letter. It should not be conditional or in principle letter. It should be a proper sanction letter. It is always recommended to take a secured loan against the property, and property papers are also to be submitted. So this is regarding loan, if you are taking a loan. Now many of the students ask whether we can take 100% education loan or not. So the answer is 100% education loan is not at all recommended. You should maintain 70-30 ratio, or 80% loan you can take and 20 to 30% you can go with your own funds. 100% education loan is not recommended to go ahead with. So if you are taking 70% loan and 30% you are showing it through your own funds, then own funds should be from savings or FDs, or even you can show 100% own funds as well. So for own funds, what are the sources and what are the requirements? If you are showing your funds through own sources, the sources are saving accounts or fixed deposit accounts or provident fund account. So if the funds are in saving account, then those funds are to be 3 to 6 months old at the time of application. It means the funds should be there for the period of 3 to 6 months minimum. Few universities ask for 6-month old, whereas few universities ask for 3-month old fund. So 3 to 6 is the maximum, is the time frame that you should maintain your funds there. Again, same criteria is applicable for savings and FDs. That is, funds are acceptable only from nationalized or public sector banks like SBI, Union Bank, Bank of Baroda, etc., or private sector banks like HDFC, Axis, ICICI, etc. Then whenever you are submitting these financial documents to the university, they should be properly stamped and signed by the bank authorities or bank person. The stamp has to be there. Now, another way of showing the funds is provident fund. You can show the provident fund statement along with withdrawable amount, letter stamped and signed. So these are the sources if you are showing the fund through own sources like savings, FDs, provident fund, and another source is education loan. But always remember, avoid showing 100% education loan. Now, who can be your sponsor? This is again a question. Who can be your sponsor? Your sponsor can be your parents, then your grandparents. Mother, father will be your main sponsors, whereas grandparents, siblings, uncle can be your sponsorer, and student can show their own funds as well. But student ITR is not considered. Students funds are considered only in show funds requirement. For ITR, you need to show the sponsors ITR only, that is parents ITR only. Now, if the total fund requirement for 1 year is 40 lakh rupees, then out of that 40 lakhs, 70% amount should be shown through your major sponsor, that is your parents, mother and father. And remaining 30% you can show from others like your siblings or your uncle or your grandparents. Okay, so 70-30 ratio is to be maintained here properly. Like 70% fund is to be shown from your parents account only, and remaining 30% you can take it up from your uncle or your siblings or your grandparents. So this is all about sponsoring. So I have stated two ways of financial capacity here. First one is ITR, which is a mandatory requirement for Australian universities, and second one is show fund requirement, that is funds that are to be shown to the university and embassy. So I hope I have clarified these things with you, like finances with you. So let's summarize today's session. um, One thing that I want to add on is what are non-acceptable funds. So funds from post office or funds from shares, mutual funds, gold, debentures, equity, these are non-acceptable funds. So avoid showing these kind of funds if you want to make your profile stronger. So always recommended to show the funds from the acceptable institutions, that is nationalized banks, private sector banks, and through education loan. So, to summarize this particular session, I am repeating again. If you want to make your profile stronger, you need to fulfill all the criteria of Australian admission assessment criteria, that is academic requirement, English language requirement, and funds requirement. If you are matching academic requirements, then IELTS result is to be submitted. After submitting the IELTS result, you will be getting the unconditional letter from the university. Once you receive the unconditional letter from the university, you have to show these funds or finances to the university. Once they are approved by the university, you are able to make the first semester fee payment to the college or the institution. After making the 1 year tuition, 1 semester tuition fee payment, university gives you conditional a document called as COE, confirmation of enrollment, and then you can start applying for your visa. So this is the entire process. If you want to make your profile strong, then you should state all the correct information while making the application to the university. You should state proper immigration history, travel history, everything. Your statement of purpose or GS statement should be strong enough to justify why you want to apply to this university, how this program is helpful for you in future, what are the job opportunities available. All these things you should state in your GS statement. And last but not the least, your funds should be proper and in acceptable format and from acceptable sources. So this, I hope this session was quite useful for you or informative for you. We will definitely come up with a few more informative sessions on different countries and on different categories. So stay tuned with us, and till the time, like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, our Insta page, and Facebook page. If you have, I can see so many comments here. If you want to really apply for this February intake, you can definitely get in touch with us. I'm sharing the profile evaluation link here in chat box, so that you can share your profile with us, because it is very important to evaluate the profile and then shortlist the universities based on your academics, and based on your preferences, based on your finances, etc. So getting admits to the particular university, your dream university, your GS statement should be proper, your finances should be proper, and we are there to help you out for all these things. So if you really want to apply for this upcoming intake in Australia, get in touch with us, fill the profile evaluation form. Our team will definitely connect with you and solve your queries and help you achieving your study abroad dream. So till the time, you can like, subscribe, and share our YouTube channel and Insta and Facebook page. Hope this session is quite useful. Thank you so much, and we'll come up with few more videos as well. Thank you.